Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick impromptu video again, post layout move video number 2. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on how the layout teardown is going. I'll try to do these a little more frequently than I did on my last layout. And I'll try to keep them short, that way they're not so long and they're don't really have a lot to talk about anyway. So anyway, I've got 7 of the 13 sections total torn down. On the last update, I had 4 sections, or 3 sections over here, another one on the sawhorses ready to go. I've since torn down the one on the sawhorse. I had another 2 here. I've since dismantled those even further. In fact, breaking all the wood down. Broke down the helix. Here's what's left of the helix. Kind of broke it into manageable sections. All the framework for the helix is gone, dismantled. This is just the areas that have track. I'm going to come back and try to salvage as much of that as I can. There's some that's coming up pretty easy, and then there's some that just doesn't want to come up. So I did use clear silicone when I was putting my track down, so for the most part it comes up fairly easy. I can get under it with a putty knife or something with a straight edge, a thin straight edge, and I can get under it and pop it up pretty easily without damaging the track. But there's some that's not coming up as easy as I wanted it to. Maybe there were some areas where I may have had to put something a little stronger down because maybe it was popping up or something. I don't remember, but for the most part, track's coming off fairly easy. There's this is what's left of Sullivan's curve and the reversing loop underneath it, as well as the return loops at the east of Sullivan's curve on the upper level of the old layout. So all the sections have been broken down. They just have the pieces that still have the track that I need to come back and take that track off and go from there. So yeah, I still have cajon left to do. This is the Devore and what was on the other side, the UP lines that were running opposite Devore. Then I've got the upper level above Devore. It was really just kind of like my Keenbrook to Blue Cut area. I've got the L shape of the yard. And then I've got the yard. This is the back of the yard, the biggest section of the yard. And then I've got a small section that kind of just connected cajon to the Blue Cut Keenbrook area. Some of these have scenery, so I've actually got to soak the ballast to get the track up. Haven't got that far yet, but anyway, kind of moving along. What started as a screwdriver and a pair of dikes has now, progressed. I've got more tools down here. I was able to take out my control panel. This is the control panel that mounted under the Devore area. It was just 4 screws holding it up into the bottom. I'll show you where it went on the other section in a second. But yeah, this actually came out fairly easy. I'm glad it did, because I'd like to use it again if possible. I think it'll be a good starting point for the next layout once I get there, whether I go HO or N, which we'll talk about more. Oops. But yeah, I was actually pretty proud of this, how clean it came out, all the wiring and everything. And for the most part, I don't know if you guys can see that I was bending the camera around the back. Nice and clean, and fairly simple. I built that box, built the frame that it sat in, and got some drawer rollers, and it makes for a good drawer for keeping your controls, all your I had my DCC system and boosters in here, as well as a power supply. So But yeah, that mounted up right here underneath this layout, or this section. Actually, it was, I think there's the holes that it was mounted. It was here and right here. So it kind of just mounted across there underneath there, but easy enough to take off. So, you know, looking at my ugly bench work, I'm really kind of glad I'm starting over, because, you know, looking at your bench work, hindsight after you've already done it, you just kind of start to look, especially over as you see other people's layouts and progress that they're doing on their layouts. You know, this was a really my first layout, kind of building from, you know, with a lot of bench work, and I really didn't know what I was doing at the time, so I was kind of throwing it together. And I mean, yeah, the layout was overall, you know, decent, but the bench work was just, it was just definitely not the way I would do it moving forward. You can see like piece parts of wood underneath there. I was using scrap and stuff like that where I probably shouldn't have been. And, you know, it just, I don't know, it's really ugly. And then like I said, I was using 1x4s for the frame and a lot of the cross pieces, and it just made it really heavy. So don't think I'll do that again this time around. I think I'll do it definitely a little bit different, maybe 1x3s with L girders. But yeah, there's a lot of the wood from the old sections that are coming apart. There's the fascia from that box, is just nothing but fascia and trash wood. There's some more scrap wood. A lot of scrap wood here, and like I said, I don't plan on using all that wood, but there definitely needs to be some sections I can probably, you know, use for maybe risers or whatever. But yeah, I'll probably buy most of it brand new. And then of course, a train room wouldn't be a train room without some background noise. So got me a computer set up that I'll probably start eventually hook up JMRI to and start playing around with that early on this layout. But for now, yeah, definitely got some, I can put some train cams on and things like that. So as the layout teardown goes forward, I've got something to listen to in the background. But anyway, just another quick update. Hopefully by next week, I'll have the remaining sections for the most part dismantled, and hopefully some of these other sections even further down. So, all right. Oh, and by the way, I did get an additional 2 feet of room in this L shaped right here. It was going out to this post here, 4 feet, and then 11 feet across. Now that's actually going to go out 6 feet. So I'll actually have 6x11 there instead of 4x11. And then of course the room will still be 13x32, but was able to gain a little bit more real estate, and hopefully I'll be able to put that to use here soon when we start framing. All right. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.